Good afternoon, family. Back again in my Improve Your Overall Life Guide, Part 15. Continuing where we left off, we was on this page explaining the best type of exercise program is the program that incorporates warm-ups first and then goes into the main exercise, and then after the exercise stretches and cools down. A lot of people have their methods of warming up. Some people take warm baths to warm up the body instead of just doing warm-ups, or they do warm-up exercises. So that's another thing. You can take a warm bath to warm the body up. And what's the name? I also hear if you take cold showers, it makes you stronger, but that's either or. You can look more into that stuff. I'm just giving you necessities and other things that can enhance you even more. You can research cold baths and warm baths, but if you want to warm the body up, you could take a warm hot shower or do warm up exercises. Take a warm hot shower for like 5 to 10 minutes. Warm up the body, get it warmed up, and then do the main exercises. And then for like stretching and cooling down, like after you stretch, as far as like cooling down, some exercise programs, they have movements and methods in cooling down. But if you want to cool down also, taking a bath can cool you down also. Taking a shower or a bath can cool you down. So after stretching, either do an exercise method that cools you down, or take a shower or a bath, whatever cools you down. They say ice cold baths cool you down and strengthen you, and some people, they rather take a hot warm bath. Whatever your preference is, you can research that also. Research, just like I said up here. Warming up, the same way you warm up is the same way you can cool down also. But research cold ice showers and baths, cold ice showers and baths, and warm baths and showers, but really cold and ice baths and showers. That's your preference, however you decide to do that. So that's the best type of exercises. I don't know if the exercises, whatever exercises you find on the website that I gave you earlier to find exercises, I don't know if it incorporates all these things, but this is the best format of exercises. As far as like an exercise session, that's the concept you should follow when you exercise. To warm up the body, then exercise, and then stretch and cool down. So, every exercise should have that format. Moving on, we're still in the exercise sector of this nutritional guide that I wrote out. Continuing on, a lot of muscled up weightlifters just lift weights, but they don't know how crucial stretching is, and thus don't stretch, or they don't care or think stretching is important. But stretching is crucial. You should stretch so your movements of your body move fluidly at the least and prevent injury from just movement. At best, stretching will give your muscles flexibility. So stretching is necessary so your body can move in multiple directions with your muscles. That's why I say that 3-step exercise type program, where first warm up the body or body parts, second exercise the body or body parts, And last and thirdly, stretch and then cool down the body or body parts. When I say body or body parts, some exercise sessions or whatever exercise, some people, the exercise they do might do the full body, or some people might do muscle groups. Like one day they do biceps, another day they do leg exercises. That's what I mean when I say the body or body parts. Moving on, Tony Hortons, the guy that created P90X, that hosts and created the DVD P90X. I don't know if you've seen the infomercial, but Tony Hortons, that's his name. Tony Hortons workout programs, particularly certain ones, do what I just mentioned above through full body conditioning exercises and movements and techniques. So Tony Horton follows that. I learned it from him. And a couple other people, but I learned it first from him. Moving on, accessory 6, learning defensive fighting techniques to protect yourself. Learn Bruce Lee's flawless fighting / defensive philosophy style of Jeet Kune Do. You can Google for the best course that you think teaches Jeet Kune Do. The best or purchase that teaches keep. You can Google for the best course that you think teaches Jeet Kune Do the best, or purchase it from Tommy Carruthers, a credible Jeet Kune Do instructor that I recommend. If you don't agree, you can Google for another source that's better. To purchase Jeet Kune Do training from Tommy Carruthers, go to www.tommycarruthers.com. Another fighting defensive style and technique you could purchase is called pressure point fighting. You can search for the course by Googling for the best one out there on the market, or purchase from Russell Stutely at www.russellstutely.com. Pressure point fighting is like recognizing your opponent's vulnerable spots on the human body, but basically knowing the vulnerable spots on the human body and doing whatever you can do to subdue your opponent in opposition. So that's what pressure point fighting is. Knowing the science of the human body and what points of the body to attack or be aggressive on to subdue your opponent. So you can learn that. After Jeet Kune Do and pressure point fighting, you can Google for the best Krav Maga course out there on the market that you think is the best. Krav Maga is a Israeli militant. It's the Israel military, it's known from the Israel military. It's a brilliant fighting technique where they use practical methods to subdue an opponent. So it's an underrated fighting technique. If you can either do all these individually or learn all these together and create the ultimate fighting style. I think these are the most superior fighting styles out there as far as philosophy and the concept, of the most super fighting style. I think all these can make the most, if you combine them, all three of them, and make the most super fighting style known to man.